4 words. This is genuinely all it takes to change what happens after a bad audition. Just those 4 words. Hello, I'm Dr. Maja Jankowska, clinical and counseling psychologist and founder of Beyond the Spotlight Psychology. If you have ever walked out of an audition and immediately started replaying it in your head, spiraling with rumination, you already know that I will say the question that I hear performing artists say most often after such an audition is, what did I do wrong? 5 words, what did I do wrong? It arrives almost instantly, I know, sometimes before you have even left the building. And it can run on a loop for days, especially when there was no feedback at all, and that happens very frequently nowadays. I want to offer you a different question today. Not instead of feeling the disappointment that is real and it deserves space, but alongside it, once the first wave of this disappointment has passed. The question has got only 4 words. What can I learn? What can I learn from this? Those 4 words do something quite specific. What did I do wrong keeps you looking backwards. It assumes you are the problem, and it often has no answer. Because casting decisions, as we know, are shaped by dozens of factors you will never know. Voice type, height, how you looked next to another performing artist in the room, a director's private vision of the role. None of that is something you did wrong or you failed at. I hope you can agree with me. What can I learn? Those four words does something different. It's a very powerful question. It moves you from rumination, which is about the past, into reflection. Rumination loops, it blames, it keeps replaying the same 3 seconds of the audition without ever arriving anywhere new. It's the same recycled stuff, it's boring really. Reflection moves you forward, asks a different question that actually has somewhere to go. And here is the part I think matters most. Even if the honest answer is nothing, it didn't teach me anything, I did nothing wrong, they simply gave me no feedback, you have still done something important. You have taken your power back. You are no longer waiting for someone else, a casting director, a panel, an email that may never come, to tell you what happens next. You have decided that for yourself. You have reflected and you decided what your next steps should be and how to work with that. This idea of stepping out of the loop and back into choice is actually one of the things we work on inside Safe to Shine on Stage. It's a group program. I am opening founding member spaces for this September. So if you are interested, sign up. The link is in the description. So in essence, if the post-audition spiral is something you recognize, it might be helpful for you. Now, in psychology, what I have just described has a very specific name. It comes from acceptance and commitment therapy. You might have heard of it as ACT, and it is called psychological flexibility. In plain terms, it means you stop fighting that rejection. You stop letting it define you, who you are as a performing artist, and instead you start using it. So how does it look in practice? Well, practically, this might sound like I need to adjust my audition material, or I need to target different casting directors, ones who are looking for what I actually offer. Or honestly, sometimes it just sounds like there was nothing I could have done differently. This one just wasn't mine. And we know this happens very often and to many people. All 3 of those are valid answers. All 3 move you forward. Remember, you are moving forward into the future. Rumination does not move anywhere at all. You just loop. there is one more piece I want to add. When you ask, what can I learn? Those 4 words, even without an answer straight away, you interrupt something here too. You interrupt that shame spiral. You shift from feeling like the defendant in your own trial to feeling more like a scientist, looking at data, or as Americans say data, rather than a verdict. A rejection is not a verdict on who you are, it's just information. And information is something you can work with, right? So here is how you might actually use it. Next time rejection lands and you feel that familiar loop beginning, pause. Pause for a moment. Take one breath. Let your feet feel on the floor underneath you. You can place a hand on your chest if that helps you feel steadier. And then ask yourself quietly, what can I learn? Not what did I do wrong, because that question assumes you are the problem. And most of the time, you are not. What can I learn? Puts you back in the driver's seat. It takes some of the emotional charge out of the moment, and it helps you move forward rather than staying stuck in that loop. If you are a professional performing artist who has been stuck in the post-audition spiral, replaying every detail, asking what you did wrong, unable to quite let it go, I want you to know that you are not broken. Your nervous system is just running on an old program. And old programs can be changed. We know it from neuroscience and neuropsychology. We can rewire our brains. If this was useful, save it so you have it ready for the next time rejection hits. And if you would like more on processing rejection and rebuilding trust in yourself as a performing artist, I would love for you to subscribe, and that's exactly what we will be covering in Safe to Shine on Stage program 2. So I hope to see you soon. Take care.